These Star Wars mods will turn your Blade and Sorcery from a medieval sword fighting game into a completely revamped Star Wars VR game. Before we get started, I want to let you guys know, unfortunately, that these mods are for PC VR only. I have a whole separate video all about Star Wars mods for Nomad, so go check it out in the description. Please don't comment, is this for Nomad? With all that out of the way, let's jump right into the video. The first mod is probably one you're all pretty familiar with, the Outer Rim. If you don't know what the Outer Rim is, it's basically a complete Star Wars conversion mod. What that means is, if you can think of a lightsaber, it's in there. With over 140 lightsabers, you can finally practice those Youngling Slayer moves with not one, but 4 of Anakin's lightsabers. You can even change the color and length of the lightsabers with this tool. By tapping the tool to a lightsaber hilt, you can knock out the Kyber crystal and put a new one in. If you press the spell use button when holding the tool, it'll turn green and you can extend the lightsaber and only the lightsaber. You can do the alternative by tapping again and turning it red. Oh but wait, there's more. The Outer Rim also comes with blasters and a whole lot of them. You've got the DC-15A, the DC-17, the DH-17, the E-11, the K-16, the IB-94, the NN-14, and my personal favorite, the Z6 rotary blaster. Why? For reasons. But that's not important. There's also a whole bunch of other cool items like a jetpack if you want to be a Mandalorian, thermal detonators for some silly fun, and some pretty nifty electro binoculars. It also comes with custom waves and maps that I can't go through in detail because it would take until the end of time. But I can say that some of the waves are pretty fun. Moving on, the next mod, which is 2 mods but I'm going to count it as 1, is actually an optional file on the Outer Rim Nexus page. It's called Force Sensitive and NPC Blaster Fix. The Force Sensitive gives you some pretty sick Jedi or Sith abilities. You can jump super high, you can punch super hard, and you can use the Force on everything. Hey Jonathan. NPC Blaster Fix is pretty self-explanatory, in which it fixes the NPCs not being able to shoot, which is pretty important if you want to raid the Jedi Temple and slay all the young. Also, it's fun blocking blaster bolts too and stuff, I guess. A necessary mod for all you Star Wars lunatics is the Real Force Choke. I think the name speaks for itself, but let's just say it leads for some pretty cringy dialogue lines from the player. You defy me for the last time. To Force Choke, just aim at the neck and press spell use and trigger at the same time. If you want to Force Choke but don't feel right doing it in these silly medieval clothes, you need to get these BF2 armor packs and Vader's collection. The BF2 armor packs include the Republic Ultima pack with every single clone trooper you can think of. I'm not joking, literally 80 armor sets. The Separatist mini pack has different variants of B1 battle droids, commando droids, and even General Grievous. Safe to say this mod is a fine addition to my collection. Get it? Cause General Grievous says that. The Empire Armor Pack comes with a bunch of different Stormtroopers and Darth Vader. The Rebel Armor Packs has Rebel pilots and soldiers as well as Han Solo and Luke Skywalker. And finally, the First Order Armor Pack comes with a bunch of cool Disney-era clone troopers. I should mention that all of these armors also have waves, which you can use to reimagine some of your favorite scenes. If all of those armors still weren't enough somehow, the Vader's collection has got you covered. Included are, and get ready, Anakin Skywalker, Starkiller, Din Djarin, Jango Fett, Obi-Wan, Darth Vader, Death Watch, Cal Kestis, Darth Maul, Gar Saxon, and Kylo Ren. There's also 2 versions of Anakin and Starkiller, those being General Anakin and Lord Starkiller. Killiker, what? Unfortunately, these are not waves, but with the NPC spawner spell, you can set it to be player, and if you're wearing the armor, it'll spawn in an NPC wearing it. If you thought that was all the Star Wars mods that could possibly be made for one game, you're wrong. There's a whole lot more. I'm gonna bundle these next few mods as sort of Jedi powers. The first being Latent, which is a kind of force push that you can customize to be however powerful or weak you want. Just hold the trigger while moving your arm, and these force molecules will sway in the direction you push. Let's just say turning it up to max power yields some pretty unique results. Next is the flip spell, and be warned if you get motion sick, because if you couldn't guess, this mod lets you flip. By selecting it in the spell wheel, jumping up, pressing trigger, and moving your stick in the direction you want to flip, your in-game camera will do a full 360 in any direction, unless you're like me and keep landing on your neck. Now the final mod is, well, a little episode 1. It's called Zandatsu. With it enabled, you can, well, relieve an NPC of its connection to its torso. You can cut NPCs in half, and it's really fun, especially with the Darth Maul NPC. The default config settings are kind of anime-y, so you can just disable all of those. And that is all the mods you need to turn Blade and Sorcery into a nerd's paradise. Before I go, you might be wondering where the maps are, and excluding the ones in the Outer Rim, all Star Wars maps are currently in need of an update. Dude is usually the guy you want to go to when wanting a Star Wars map, but that's not to say I don't have some projects in the works, so check those out. If you want to see these maps or just like to the video, hit the subscribe button, and lightly tickle that like button because trust me, it needs it. Nonetheless, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next